Welcome, this is Chris Griffiths and we're here to talk about sorting search results. So let's go back to the MLS. Note that we are looking at our revised view screen, our one-line grid. And over to the left you'll see that there are two columns here. One is a set of checkboxes and next to it is a set of numbers, and they're sorted in an increment of 10, which is how we set them up in our preferences. Now there are three ways that you can sort these. Remember that in our preferences we said we wanted to sort by status. Well, these are all active. And then we want to sort by price. So what we have right now is sorted from the lowest price through to the highest price. And if this is what you want, all you have to do now is go and run your reports or emails or map or whatever. But let's say you want to sort them in a different way. Well, that's what we're going to cover here, and there are three ways in which you can do it. By far the simplest way is to use any of these column headers. So let's say, for example, that your client says that they'd like to see them sorted from the cheapest HOA through to the most expensive. So you click on Association Views here, you'll see that a little arrow appears next to it, and suddenly now they are sorted from the cheapest HOA through to the most expensive. If we click on this again, you'll see that the arrow flips around, and they're now sorted from most expensive through to the cheapest. Now you can do this for any of these column headings. So let's say, for example, your client says, I'd like to see the newest one first. If you click on DOM, that's days on market, we'll have the newest through to the oldest. Again, click on it again, the arrow flips, you're now looking from the oldest through to the newest. Okay, now notice that in the left-hand column here, the numbers have not changed. So if you print them out at this point, they're still going to appear in the original order. So how do we fix that? It's actually very easy. We come up here to the blue toolbar, we uncheck the list, we recheck it, and you'll see that they're now numbered the way we want. Okay, so that's the first way of sorting, and by far the easiest. Note that we had control over which columns we added to the one-line grid. So if you want to sort by something special, let's say the type of pool or view or style or whatever, if you add the column here, with one click you can sort that way. Okay, so let's say we now want to move some of these around. Well, the second way of sorting is by manipulating these numbers. Now we specified a number of 10 rather than 1, and what that means is that, if we move something up to number 1, if we had it only as a 1, we'd have two number 1s, and well, which one would be 1? Okay, but since we've got them sorted in 10s, we can now move something. So let's say that we want to take this one, 2386 East Del Mar, and we want to put that first. Now we can put any number between 1 and 9. Let's put in number 5, because that means that we can put something ahead of it or whatever if we want to. Let's go down. Let's say that we want to take this number 8 and we want to show it after number 20. So we'll make that number 25. We'll come down to number 100 here. Let's say we want to show this before the one that we just numbered 5. So we'll call that number 5, number 3. Okay, now notice that our order did not change. So how do we reorder them now in the way that we want them to be shown? What we do is we come over here to the options pane. Remember, you can click anywhere in this line on the right hand side. And once it's open, we go to these two blue arrows. When we click on the two blue arrows, you'll see now that the numbers have resorted to the way they were, where you want them. Now let's say that we have number 40 and we now want that to be number 1. If we change it, we can come over to the two blue arrows and you'll see now that it goes to the top of the list. So you can do this multiple times, and as you saw, we can do it in conjunction with using the column headers. So that's the second way of sorting. Okay, the third way of sorting is by, well actually let me reopen the options pane here. You'll see that sort as selected is checked. Okay, so if we uncheck everything, the third way is to check them in the order that you want to see them. And I'm just going to make a pretty pattern here. So we're going to start here, and then I'm going to go back up the list. So we end up with this weird sort of number pattern which goes 170, 10, 160, 20. Again, to put them in the order that you selected them, we use the two blue arrows, and note that now it's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, etc. Okay, and again, you can use these in combination. So let's say that you decide number 80 wants to be at the top of the list. We'll make it number 5, come over to the two blue arrows. So you can actually use these three in singly or in combination. So that's the three ways you have of reordering your list so that it prints out in the order you want. The next segment is going to go into how we will send these to our client either by printing them or emailing them.